So now we're going to move from categorizing to beginning to establish our outline. So what we have chosen is the yes section, and we have our two common themes. You may have learned in English that an essay is very simple in the way it's structured. You have your introduction, you have your body paragraphs, and then you have your conclusion. When we're looking at our brainstorming and the categorizing we've done, what we really have established is the fact that we have our body paragraphs. So the first thing we know is that our first common theme, this one here, becomes our first piece of evidence. So the use of cell phones, for high school students. Just make this a bit bigger. Is a means of teaching responsibility and self-monitoring. Okay, so that is your point for your first body paragraph. Your second body paragraph, and seems pretty obvious now, you take your second theme and that becomes your second body paragraph. Cell phones, when used in high school classes, can have a positive effect on the learning environment. Okay. Now you ask yourself, well, why did I bother going through all the brainstorming? Believe it or not, you will use all those ideas. The ideas that you have categorized then become your subpoints. So under your first body paragraph, you have a series of ideas that you want to talk about. You want to talk about the use of cell phones in an emergency. You also want to talk about how the cell phone can help with developing independence. You will also talk about your third point, which is how the having access to this cell phone in class will force students to be aware of when they can and when they can't use the piece of technology. So notice that each of these three elements, A, B, and C, are a variation of the brainstorming that you have done that make up the common theme of using cell phone as a means of teaching responsibility. So we do the same for the second body paragraph. So again, your first subtopic would be cell phones are an intimate part of student lives. Okay. We also want to talk about the fact that using cell phones, can't spell today, cell phones can engage students during class, so things aren't so boring. And then you also, and finally, want to discuss your third point, which is allowing the cell phone establishes trust, which is a positive aspect of the learning environment. Environment. I really can't spell today. Okay, so once we've done, this is our skeleton outline. When we talk about a detailed outline, we really talk about establishing that thesis. Now, what is a thesis? You've probably gone over this in English class over and over and over again. Essentially, a thesis is your point. Why are you bothering to talk about this? What is the purpose of your paper you're writing? So for us, our thesis will be that high school students should be allowed to use their cell phones in class because this practice can foster responsibility and can positively affect the learning environment. Okay, so I have my thesis. Now notice my thesis is not only the answer to this question, it is the answer with my reasons, and my reasons are body 1 and body 2. So in body 1, I have my topic sentence. It's the point I'm trying to make with this body paragraph. In body 2, I have my topic sentence. Once again, it's the point I'm trying to make with this paragraph. So when we're looking at your conclusion then, what we're really looking at is restating the thesis.